Every day, thousands of businesses open their doors with big dreams and bright hopes. But within a few short years, most of them close forever. Why? Because success isn't a matter of luck or hard work alone. It's a matter of understanding the principles that build lasting empires. I want you to imagine a small shop, owned by a hard-working man with passion, but no clear direction. He tries everything, works long hours, cuts corners, but slowly customers stop coming. Bills pile up, the dream fades. I've seen it too many times. Businesses with promise, crushed by avoidable mistakes. Today, you will learn the reasons behind those failures. The real causes most business owners never talk about, but more importantly, how you can avoid them. Because winning in business isn't just about having the best product or the most money. It's about mastering the fundamentals. The fundamentals that I live by, the fundamentals that built an empire. This is your chance to see the blueprint, the roadmap from failure to success. So stay with me, because what you're about to learn could save your business and change your life. One of the most common reasons businesses fail is because they start without a clear vision. It might sound simple, but I cannot stress this enough. Without a crystal clear purpose, your efforts are scattered and ineffective. Let me take you back to my early days. When I was building the Ford Motor Company, it wasn't just about making cars. It was about making cars that every working man and woman could afford. That vision was not vague or wishful thinking. It was sharp, it was measurable, it was relentless. That purpose drove every choice. From the design of the Model T, to the way we priced it, to how we organized production with the assembly line. Without that clarity, the business would have been lost in the crowd, overwhelmed by competitors and distracted by trends. Many entrepreneurs start their businesses based on a fleeting idea, a momentary passion, or the hope that something will work out. But hope is not a strategy. Consider this. A man opens a bakery, but he doesn't decide what kind of bakery he wants. Artisan breads? Pastries? Catering for weddings? Without a clear answer, he tries everything. He stretches himself thin, wastes money on misaligned marketing, confuses his customers, and eventually burns out. Contrast that with someone who says, I will be the best provider of artisan sourdough in this city. Their decisions become aligned, their message clear, their customers loyal. Clarity of purpose simplifies complexity. It transforms chaos into order. It acts like a beacon in the darkest storm. Even during times of uncertainty, when markets shift or crises hit, a business with strong purpose can pivot without losing its soul. I have witnessed countless failures where the founders lost sight of their original vision, chasing every shiny object, every new trend, until they lost their identity and their customers. Vision is not just a statement to hang on a wall. It's a living, breathing force. It's the promise you make to yourself and your customers. So I challenge you, take a moment away from the noise and distractions. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what is the real reason I started this business? What problem am I solving? Who am I serving? What legacy do I want to leave? Write it down. Share it with your team. Repeat it daily, because this clarity will be your shield and your sword. It will guide you when times are tough and remind you why you began. Remember, a business without a vision is like a ship lost at sea. But a business with purpose? That business sails through storms, discovers new lands, and builds empires. One of the deadliest mistakes a business can make is ignoring its customers. Too many entrepreneurs fall in love with their product or service, but forget the most important person in the equation, the customer. I remember early on, some of my competitors built expensive, complicated cars, beautiful machines, but no one could afford them. They ignored what the market truly needed, reliable, affordable transportation. I made my mission to listen, to truly listen, not just hear, but understand the daily struggles of ordinary people. How hard it was to afford a car, how transportation could change their lives. You see, success is not about what you want to sell. It's about what your customers want to buy. If you ignore this, no amount of advertising or salesmanship will save you. Let me share a story. A company spent millions creating a flashy new product. They assumed customers would flock to it because it was better, but when it launched, sales were disappointing. Why? Because the customers wanted simplicity and reliability, not complexity and bells and whistles. Listening to your customer is not a one-time task. It's a continuous commitment. Markets evolve, tastes change, needs shift. Henry Ford didn't invent a car and expect people to buy it because it existed. He improved the design based on customer feedback, made it affordable through efficient production, and created trust through quality. Today, technology allows us to gather more data about customers than ever before. But data alone is not enough. You must connect, understand their fears, dreams, frustrations, speak their language, solve their problems. Imagine trying to build a bridge without knowing who's on the other side. Impossible, isn't it? So I ask you, are you truly listening to your customers? Or are you selling what you think they need? Are you adapting to their feedback or ignoring the signs? The businesses that succeed are the ones that make their customers the heroes. They listen, respond, and evolve. Remember, your customer is the lifeblood of your business. Neglect them and the business will weaken. Serve them well, and you build a foundation that lasts generations. This is not just a lesson in sales. It's a lesson in respect. Respect for those who give you their time, their money, and their trust. Listen well, serve better, and your business will flourish. Money is the lifeblood of any business. Yet, so many fail not because of lack of income, but because they mishandle what they have. I have seen brilliant ideas and hard work undone by poor financial discipline. Managing money isn't just about counting dollars. It's about understanding every penny's role, where it comes from and where it goes. Let me tell you a story from my early days. When we first introduced a Model T, we had to carefully control expenses because every unnecessary cost could mean the difference between success and failure. I personally reviewed budgets, questioned every purchase, and demanded efficiency because I knew that a single wasted dollar could multiply into 1,000 lost opportunities. Financial mismanagement often starts small. An unchecked expense here, a late invoice there, borrowing more than necessary. But these small leaks can sink even the largest ship. Cash flow is king. You can have great sales, but if the money isn't flowing in properly, you'll quickly find yourself unable to pay bills, suppliers, or employees. I always advise to keep a close eye on your cash flow statements, understand your burn rate, and have reserves for unexpected storms. Debt is a tool when used wisely, but it's a trap when abused. Many businesses drown under the weight of high-interest loans and poor credit management. Discipline is essential. Set strict budgets. Track every transaction. Plan for months ahead, not just weeks. Understand the difference between good debt, which builds assets, and bad debt, which drains resources. Financial literacy isn't optional. It's survival. I urge every business owner to study their numbers as closely as they study their products. Know your profit margins, your overheads, and your break-even points. Don't let emotions dictate spending decisions. Fear and greed often cloud judgment and lead to reckless choices. Instead, cultivate calm, rational control over your finances. I've seen businesses double their profits simply by tightening expense controls and improving collections. Money management is not glamorous, but it is the backbone of longevity. If you want to build a business that lasts, respect your money as much as you respect your mission. Money is a tool. Use it wisely. Mismanage it, and even the best ideas will perish. In the world of business, standing still is the same as moving backward. I learned early on that innovation isn't just a buzzword. It's a necessity for survival. When I introduced a moving assembly line, it revolutionized manufacturing, making cars affordable for millions. But it was not simply invention. It was a relentless pursuit of improvement. Many businesses fail because they cling to old methods, refusing to adapt to changing markets, technologies, or customer needs. I recall companies that dominated their industries, only to disappear when they failed to embrace progress. Kodak, once a giant in photography, ignored digital technology for too long. Blockbuster, a titan in video rentals, refused to shift to streaming Their downfall wasn't lack of resources, but the refusal to innovate. Innovation requires courage, the courage to question tradition, to take risks, and sometimes to fail. You must foster a culture where ideas are welcomed, where failure is seen as a step toward mastery, and where continuous improvement is a daily habit. Ask yourself, what can I improve in my product or service today? How can I serve my customers better tomorrow? Remember, the world moves fast and customers' expectations evolve faster. Adaptation is not weakness, it's strength. It's the mark of leaders, not followers. A business that refuses to innovate will soon find itself irrelevant. So be bold, be curious, be relentless in seeking new and better ways. Because the moment you stop improving, you start to decline. Leadership is a foundation upon which every successful business is built. Throughout my career, I've seen promising ventures collapse, not due to poor product or markets, but because of weak leadership and fractured teams. Leadership is far more than issuing orders or holding a title. It is the art of inspiring people to believe in a shared vision and commit to a common goal. When I founded the Ford Motor Company, I quickly realized my role was not to do everything myself, but to build a team that could carry the mission forward with passion, precision, and purpose. True leaders don't seek to be the smartest in the room. They empower others to be. They recognize the unique talents of each individual, align those talents toward the mission, and cultivate a culture of trust and collaboration. I recall an incident early on when a critical machine broke down, threatening to halt the entire assembly line. A weak leader might have panicked or assigned blame, but the foreman gathered the team, encouraged open dialogue, and together they found a solution that kept production moving. That is leadership in action, trust, communication, and empowerment. Building such a team requires patience, investment, and often difficult conversations. Accountability must be balanced with support and opportunities for growth. I believed in celebrating successes, large and small, openly, fostering loyalty and motivation. Conversely, poor leadership breeds confusion, mistrust, and disengagement, fracturing teams and stalling progress. So I ask you, are you truly leading your team or merely managing tasks? Do your team members understand their roles clearly? Do they feel valued and empowered to contribute their best? Leadership is also demonstrated by example, showing resilience, integrity, and unwavering commitment even when the road is tough. Remember, no empire is built by one person alone. Great leaders surround themselves with great people, building legacies that outlive them. Invest in your team. Invest in your leadership skills. And watch your business thrive like never before. Persistence is the backbone of every successful endeavor. I have witnessed countless businesses falter not because they lacked vision or skill, but because their leaders gave up too soon. Success is not a straight path. It is a journey filled with obstacles, failures, and moments that test your resolve. When I first began, I faced numerous setbacks. Machines broke down. Investors doubted me. Financial struggles threatened to close my doors. Many would have surrendered in those moments. But I understood that persistence was not optional. It was essential. The true test of a business owner is how they respond to adversity. Do you crumble or do you rise? Resilience is more than enduring hardships. It is learning from them. It is adapting and growing stronger after every failure. I recall the story of a man who went bankrupt multiple times. Each time, he learned valuable lessons and returned with more determination. Eventually, he built a fortune far greater than before. That man was me. Every setback became a stepping stone. Every failure a lesson etched into my soul. Persistence is a muscle you must train every day. When difficulties arise, they are not signals to stop. They are invitations to push harder. I urge you to embrace failure as feedback, not as a final destination. Every great achievement in history is built on relentless effort. No empire was ever built without setbacks, but those who persist build legacies. So I ask you, are you ready to persist? Are you prepared to face challenges head-on and keep moving forward? Because persistence is not just about business. It is about character. It is about becoming someone who refuses to quit, no matter the odds. When you cultivate that mindset, success becomes inevitable. Today, we've uncovered the real reasons why most businesses fail. It's not luck, talent, or money alone. It's a lack of foundation, clear vision, customer focus, financial discipline, innovation, strong leadership, and relentless persistence. Each of these pillars supports your business like the beams of a great bridge. Remove one, and the entire structure risks collapse. Remember the stories shared, the businesses that drifted without purpose, the ones that ignored their customers, those crushed by poor money management, the ones resistant to change, leaders who failed to inspire, and those who quit too soon. But more importantly, remember this: you don't have to be another failure statistic. Build a clear vision. Listen deeply to your customers. Manage your finances with discipline. Innovate and adapt relentlessly. Lead with strength and empathy. Persist through every challenge. Success is crafted by those who build on solid foundations. So, will you commit to these principles? Will you lead your business toward lasting success? The choice is yours. As I've always believed, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Begin again better, stronger, wiser, and build the business and the life you deserve.